Hello, Paso, and welcome to another edition of Fact Friday. I'm your host, Martin Padilla. As the temperature in El Paso rises, it's important to take safety precautions to stay cool. Joining us on this edition to give you some heat safety tips is Dr. Ocaranza. Dr. Ocaranza, thank you so much for joining us. What are some safety tips El Paso residents can do to prepare for the extreme heat?
Well, there are several tips that we want to tell the public and how to prevent heat-related illnesses, especially with these days of extreme heat, and it seems like it's going to continue for several weeks already. So some of the tips are: one, stay in a cool place. Don't go out and do activities when the heat is at its peak. That means in the afternoon, that's when the heat is really at its peak. Avoid doing any activities. Please keep yourself hydrated. Drink water or something with electrolytes, or if your doctor also recommends that you limit the amount of salt, just consult with your physician what you need to do. Those people that have chronic conditions make them especially vulnerable to heat-related illnesses. But one thing to avoid is don't drink any alcohol. Alcohol is gonna make you dehydrate a lot more and a lot faster. So keep hydrated with water, keep hydrated with some other electrolyte solutions. That will help you stay hydrated.
To help fight the heat, cooling centers have been opened. Where can residents find the locations of the cooling centers, and are they free?
The city has opened some cooling centers, and people can find out where they are located by dialing 311. Or they can look at the website that is going to be displayed here at the bottom, where you can find all the locations where you can have a cooling center open. Also, if it's easier to remember, public libraries also are a very good place to spend the afternoons, cool and away from the extreme heat. People also can go do some other activities in some other indoor places, and please call 311 or talk to somebody else that is going to be able to take you to some of those cooling places.
What tips do you have for those that are at greater risk from extreme heat?
People that have risk factors for heat-related illnesses need to be very careful. How can they do that? Well, avoid activities outdoors, especially when the heat is going to start climbing up. They can do some activities early in the morning, or when the sun has already set and the temperatures are cooling down. They need to keep an eye on their hydration status, and if your doctor limits the amount of water or electrolytes, ask the healthcare provider what else can they do to stay hydrated. People that take some medications also are at extreme risk of developing heat-related illnesses because their body cannot protect themselves against the heat. So be very careful. Wear light-colored clothing if you're going to be outside. And again, just stay in contact with somebody that knows you, that can keep checking on you. And don't spend time doing activities when the heat is at its peak.
Why is it important to check on your neighbors, family members, and older adults and have a buddy system in place?
It is important that we keep checking on all our loved ones, and that includes neighbors, that includes people that we care about, because those people we know have chronic conditions that make them a high risk of developing heat-related illnesses. Please check on them. Check on them often, at least twice a day, to make sure that they have enough water, that their air conditioner hasn't malfunctioned, and that their house is cool to be able to stay indoors. If for some reason they have any problems, bring them to your house. Take care of their needs. That's the best way that we're going to be preventing those heat-related illnesses in people that are at the most need or they're most vulnerable. We need to care for them the way that we care for our community.
If someone is in need of a fan, where can they call?
There are some people that are in need of fans, and if you qualify, you can call 311 to see if you qualify to receive a free fan for your home.
Where can residents find more information?
Residents can find more information dialing 311 or visiting the website that is going to be on your screen. Please, if you have any questions, call us. But don't forget, stay cool, drink plenty of liquids, stay hydrated, wear light-colored clothing, and check on your loved ones.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
One last thing that we need to tell our community: please Do not leave any children or elderly in the car, and don't leave any pets. Please be very aware and look before you lock.
Well, our time is up on this edition of Fact Friday. Dr. Ocaranza, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all for watching. As Dr. Ocaranza mentioned, you can find all this information and more by visiting elpasoready.org or by dialing 311. And remember to stay hydrated and try to stay indoors if possible. We'll see you all on the next Fact Friday.